Hello, sir. Greg said that you're having some issues with your hot end and that you needed a video on how to take it apart and replace the nozzle, so I'm just going to do that real quick and show you step by step how to replace your nozzle. First things we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take out this tensioning screw right here. Set it to the side. Make sure you don't lose the spring or the washer that are on the little shaft there. Next thing we're going to do is there's 3 screws that we've got to take to get this plastic shroud off. There's one here, and one right here on the side. Next thing we're going to do, now that we got all 3 of those screws out, is we're going to move this little lever forward, and we're going to slide this piece of plastic off, being careful of the fan connector for the part cooling fan that's inside this little shroud. With that, you just take and undo the little connector right here, and then you can set the plastic piece aside and not have to worry about it. Next, we're going to undo the 2 little Phillips head screws that are right here in the corners of this fan on the side. So if you're looking at the front of the extruder head, it's on the left hand side if you're looking at it. Now that we've got that fan removed, there's a little set screw right here in this little notch that we have to loosen up with the Allen key to be able to drop the hot end out of the head. Now that the hot end is loose, we can come over here to the data board and we can unplug the black wire for your heater core out of the red plug on the board. It has a red end on it, so you know easily which one it is. And then this little thin wire right here, your thermistor, is plugged in right here on the edge of the board. We're going to unplug that one also. And now your hot end is out of your tool head. In order to put it back together, you just do everything in the reverse of the way that I just showed you to take it apart. In order to put this back together, the way I like to do it is to take the hot end, seat it in its position first, and go ahead and tighten up that set screw so that you don't have to worry about holding on to the hot end while you're trying to plug it in. Now we'll take the black wire with the red end, and we'll plug it back into that red kind of plug right below this metal bracket. And then we'll take the 2 thinner wires for the thermistor and plug them in right here on the edge of the board. Now, both of these are keyed so that you can only put them in one way, so there's no options to get it confused so you won't mess it up. Once we have that back together, we can go ahead and put our fan back on, making sure that the cable is routed around the back of the head through this little channel right here. It should end up looking something like this. Once we've got the fan back on, we're going to go ahead and grab our plastic shroud that goes on the front of the assembly, and we're going to plug our 2 black connectors back together for the fan on the shroud, just like that. Now, making sure that these 2 wires are out of the way, we're going to make sure that this lever is pulled forward, and we're going to slip the shroud back around the tool head. Once that's complete, we can go ahead and put in the 3 screws that hold the shroud onto the tool head. Once those 3 screws are back in, we can go ahead and put our tensioning nut back onto the extruder arm, or the tensioning arm rather. And now you're ready to go ahead and re-level your printer, reset your Z offset, and you should be good to go.